What's going on, everyone? It's Rollin with Rollin's Amazing Photography, and today, as you can kind of tell from behind me, I'm going to be doing some macro photography. It's the start of spring and it's a beautiful time of year. Flowers are starting to bloom. This tree behind me is starting to bloom, so I'm going to get some close-up shots of the buds on this tree, and I'm going to look for some wildflowers that are starting to come up, and it's going to be a super fun and exciting video. So I'm going to go ahead and set up my tripod and get my camera ready, and I'll talk back with you all then. Okay, so I am back, and as you can see, the tripod is taller than I am. The camera's up super high, and that is because the blooms on this tree are substantially higher than I am. The farther up the tree you go, the more blooms that there are, but I want to get what's closest to me so I can really get close to it and get a good kind of macro shot. Now, my lens is super close to the tree. You can't see it, but it's literally just out of frame. And what I'm doing is I am manual focusing. And the reason for that is because I am so close to the tree. If I move the camera just a little bit this way, you can start to see the tree right around in here. If I zoom out like that, you can see what I'm focusing on. It's this branch right in here. So that's what I'm focusing on right now. I'm gonna go ahead and adjust my focus just a smidge because the wind has been blowing really strong and it kind of messed up my focus a little bit. And then once I get it right, I'm gonna snap the shot. And you gotta be patient in these scenarios because the sun is coming in and out, which is making me have to change my exposure quite a bit. And the wind is blowing, which is making me have to change my composition quite a bit. Now, these shots aren't the greatest that there are, as in terms of macro photography, but they look pretty good. When I focus and I'm concentrating on the composition and exposure, these are turning out pretty good. I'm gonna mess around with some more composition, see if I can find something I like better, and if I don't, we'll go ahead and move on to the next scenario. So I'm at the next location, which is in my driveway. Right beside of me there are some kind of small little white flowers. Not sure what they are, but they are pretty pretty. They're pretty. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and take some macro shots of these guys. I'm not gonna act like I know my plants like I do most of the animals that you'll see on this channel, but that's probably something that I should start doing. And there's actually some kind of bug on this flower, so I'm gonna go ahead and hurry and try to get a picture of it on there. So yeah. So I've taken some of them, and what you notice if you look close is there's like some purple stripe-like stuff on the flowers as well. And I'm sorry if the microphone is picking up any interference from the wind. It's pretty bad outside today, so I apologize for that. But there's also some pretty purple flowers back in here. I actually believe that these are called dead nettle. I do know what that is. So I'm gonna go ahead and snap a few shots of them as well and see if I like the way that they turn out. So I just finished up taking some photos of the dead nettle. I'm gonna go ahead and move on and see if I can find some more flowers or some more plants or some pretty blooms on trees. Not really sure what all we're gonna find because it is the beginning of spring, but hopefully we're gonna find some pretty cool stuff. So back here behind me, I have my camera set up and you can kind of see the red blooms in the background of the video. There are all sorts of just beautiful like red buds coming out on this tree. They're like red flowers with like a yellow greenish stem coming out of them. I just wait for when the light is right and then I snap a couple of photos. They're very beautiful. There's not it's early spring, so there's not a whole lot of buds on the tree. There's actually not a whole lot of flowers and kind of spring stuff out in general. I did see some Easter lilies, but they're on the other side of the creek and they're going to be difficult to get to, but I could totally get some really pretty pictures of those. So I'm probably going to try to get to them even though I'm not wearing muck boots. We've been through that before, but it's totally okay. Once again, I do apologize if the audio on this video isn't perfect. It is really windy and my mic can only handle so much wind and there's just not really anything that can be done about that. A lot of the times I try to cover it up when the wind comes through with my hand. But you know, you just, when you're out in the wild and out in the nature like this, sometimes you just have to deal with it. So I'm gonna pop a few of these photos that I got on the screen for you all to look at, and then I'm going to move on and see if I can find something else that's beautiful and spring-like and take some photos of it. So although you can't see it yet, right above me are some really pretty like red blooms on this tree, kind of similar to the previous tree that we did, but they're different. So without harming the tree, I'm going to reach up and pull the branch down to where I'm able to get a shot. So I'm gonna actually have to move over a little and grab you all and take you back here with me. I'll move the camera in. Okay, so I'm actually gonna slowly let it go back up because I need to adjust my tripod. I need my tripod to be higher than what it is. So let me fix you all over in here. There you go, just like so. Now I'm gonna raise this puppy up and I'm gonna reach up again and I'm slowly gonna bring the tree down, being sure not only to not harm the tree, but to make sure I don't harm the front element of my lens as well. So now what I'm doing is I'm zooming in, and since it's fairly close to me, I'm going to manual focus as well. This is kind of complicated because I'm doing everything with one hand because my other hand is holding the tree down, which makes it very important to kind of know what your camera's capable of. It also makes it a little difficult for me to see if usually I take a lot of time to ensure that the photo's in focus and to work on my exposure, but that's a little difficult at the moment. I'm gonna raise my ISO actually and up my shutter speed because with this branch moving, I was getting quite a bit of motion blur. And I'm still getting a little bit. So I'm gonna raise that shutter speed and up that ISO a little bit more, and I'm even gonna bring my f-stop down to f11. See, this is a long and somewhat difficult process to getting this particular photo. Okay, we're slowly getting closer. At this point, I'm gonna adjust my focus a smidge. There we go. I think that's the shot right there. I think we've gotten it. Got the shot that I was hoping for, so I just slowly lift the branch back up and the tree is unharmed. So the next thing that I'm gonna try to do is get to those Easter lilies. Not gonna be easy, but I really wanna get a shot of them, so I'm gonna try to find a way. So that's gonna be my next location, assuming that I can get there somehow. So this area back in here behind me is where I've gotta go to get a photo of the Easter lily, but I can't get right back in there from where I'm standing now because it's a drop off to get back there. You can see where there's kind of like an uprise in the cliff. It's the same way over here. So what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to go down this way and go through some brush and get back over through. And it's pretty dumb actually. It's pretty dumb of me to do that because I'm in shorts, but sometimes you just gotta do dumb things to get a good picture. So you be rest assured that I'm gonna get a good picture of these Easter lilies because I'm not gonna go through all of this to get a bad picture. So sometimes you just gotta do stupid things to get a good photo. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do today. You can go to www.rylandsamazingphotography.com/print right now to get your very own print. And at checkout, you can use the code RAP5 to get 5% off of your order. So I'm gonna continue with this little fancy walk where I'm risking my life for your all's entertainment. And you all can go buy a print in the meantime. So I'll be right here when you come back, don't worry. Okay everyone, I made it. Look back here, yeah. It's so cool to see these flowers growing in the wild because I've never seen that before. So I'm gonna take some photos and get some video footage, and then we're gonna head back and I'm gonna close up the video. I want to thank you all so much for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed those photos of the Easter lilies. It was not easy to get to, so I hope that those photos turned out well, and I hope that you all enjoyed those as much as I'm sure I will in the future. So once again, thank you all so much for watching today's video. If you're new around here, I would really appreciate it if you would subscribe and hit the notification bell. Also, all of you make sure to like today's video. That is super exciting and important. And it is officially, today, this Friday is officially the 1 year release date of my book, Out of the Darkness. So of course that means something special is coming. If you all go to my website and you press Out of the Darkness on the homepage, there's a photo of my book. You can go and get my ebook right now for half off. It's regular $10.99. Right now I have it running at $5.99. It's not going to say that there's a sale, but there is, I promise. It is now marked down to $5.99 for this week only. It is this Friday through next Friday, so definitely make sure that you pick that up. It's just $5.99. It's a great read. That's super cheap. And of course, if you're interested in the hard copy versions, those are still on there as well for you to purchase if that's something that you would be interested in. Once again, thank you all so much for watching today's video, and that's all I got. And I hope you guys have an amazing day.